Dirty Data in the Newsrooms, Comparing Data Preparation in Journalism and Data Science, presented by Rachel Breacham, read by you. Data journalists often gather and analyze data sets using structured qualitative information as an additional source to fact-check claims, supplement material gathered through traditional methods like interviewing, and support in-depth investigations. Studies have suggested a relationship between data journalists and data scientists. While anecdotal evidence points to the prevalence and difficulty of data preparation in data journalism, there is a lack of empirical data highlighting the challenges faced by data journalists when compared to scientists. The paper defines data workers as both data scientists and data journalists. The paper incorporates both a deductive prior code set and a posteriori code set. The priori code set analyzes 16 research code sets on data preparation workflows that addresses data preparation, allowing the author to note where the posteriori interview findings diverge or overlap from previous work. The author analyzes 16 taxonomies on dirty data from the database and data warehousing literature to compare and contrast the conventional wisdom in those fields with their interview findings. The author states their work provides 4 contributions. First, the results of a semi-structured interview with 36 data journalists. Second, an augmentation of preparatory activities. Third, a new model discrepancy taxonomy of dirty data issues. 4 challenges in multi-data integration. The importance and ubiquity of data preparation is well known in data science. Many researchers proposing end-to-end process models for conducting data science include specific stages of data preparation or synonymous labels such as wrangling, scrubbing, and reprocessing. Dirty data is used at 2 levels. The low level means problematic individual items within a data set. The higher level means the properties of a data set that degrade in quality. The paper states that dirty data is often an under-researched subject in the journalism and mass communication fields. There can be consequences. For example, companies can lose 20% of revenue from errors that arise due to dirty data. Many data journalism skills often include programs such as Excel or OpenRefine, as well as other open source tools used by other journalists. The paper shows a study analyzed in 4 different parts: analysis of data science workflow literature, analysis of novel interview data, analysis of dirty data issue taxonomy literature, and further analysis of integration nightmare stories from interviews. Phase 1. The paper states we constructed an initial code set by analyzing accounts of data science workflows from previous interview, observation, and survey studies of data scientists. We began with the set of 31 papers previously identified in a recent systematic literature review of data science workflows as being relevant to data preparation. We excluded papers that do not directly derive their results from the lived experience of practicing data scientists. We conducted 36 one-to-one semi-structured interviews with data journalists from 31 different news organizations on their experience preparing data in the newsrooms. We thematically analyzed these interview materials using the code set generated deductively from related research in the previous phase, while generating new codes inductively from the interview data. And this comes from the phase 2 noted in the paper, novel interview data. Phase 3 is known as dirty data taxonomy literature. Many researchers studying data warehousing, data cleaning, and statistics have proposed taxonomies of dirty data. We reviewed this research literature with a snowball sampling method. We started with a set of 4 such papers already familiar to us, then followed references and forward citations. We repeated this process until we discovered no further taxonomies of dirty data. Finally, we conducted further analysis of the nightmare stories told by the 36 participants. describing their difficulties combining data from multiple sources during data preparation. In this case, multiple integration was the desired end, not a means to an end. All participants described at least one such project, with 69 in total across all interviews. There were 104 coded passages from these stories out of 566 total passages extracted. And this is called Phase 4 Interview Integration Nightmares. So the paper notes preparation activities for the data. The steps are initiate the data, gather the data, create the data, profile the data, and wrangle the data. The paper notes the results. There was a substantial difference between the data issues that had received previous attention from database researchers and those uncovered by our interviews with data journalists. 16 issues were unique to the database literature, 13 were unique to database journalists' accounts, and only 31 overlapped. We noted that database researchers have a theory-focused perspective based on the concerns of people storing the data, whereas both data scientists and data journalists have a domain-oriented perspective focused on their data needs. We conjecture that the view of data issues found in our data journalist interviews may also pertain to other domain-oriented populations of people who use rather than store data. Our broad category of data workers encompasses all such consumers of data. And then finally, the paper concludes, we propose a general taxonomy that considers data as a design artifact and dirty data as discrepancies between users' mental models, and we synthesize a process model of data preparation activities that data workers perform in pursuit of conforming data to one's mental model. We argue that the benefits of a more inclusive, pluralistic definition of data workers that includes both data scientists and data journalists. Although they perform many of the same preparation activities, we find differences, including 4 challenges faced by journalists when combining tables during the preparation process: regional, diachronic, fragmented, and disparate data sets. Our findings can inform future work of the development of data preparation software. We encourage researchers to study and address the needs of all data workers, including data journalists. So, by the conclusion of the paper, the author states that all researchers need to address the needs of all data workers, including those that are defined as data journalists, not just data scientists.
Thank you everyone for looking at my video. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I apologize for my cat meowing in the background.